Doing? It's Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, and went to bed early again last night after doing that episode with the Kraft Macaroni and Cheese box panel cards from '87, and I didn't get around to showing the other stuff I was planning on showing. But today I had to go get the oil changed in the Jeep, and then of course when we pick it up they're trying to be like, oh, you have couple $1,000 worth of work that needs to be done, blah blah blah. Sorry, couldn't breathe there for a second. And then we had to get the car smogged, and then I decided, you know what, I want to pick up some cards. So I went over to the Mojo Break Shop, and these were on sale. So not that I'm a huge fan, but I've had a little bit of fun with them. But they had these 2022 Goodwin Champions on sale. So that was my plan, to just go pick some of these up, because for the price of like 2 blasters I could pick up one of these and guarantee some hits. Still not a fan of the modern design of these, but then I went in there and he asked me, hey, so what you thinking today? And I was like, well, I'm thinking of doing some of those good ones. And he goes, oh, the new ones or the old ones? And I was like, what old ones? And he's like, oh, these. And I was like, what? And he goes, oh yeah, these just came out. So I was like, all right, well, I'll pick up a box of these, check it out. But they didn't put any images on there. And he was telling me that Goodwin, because I told him I got 2 autographs in the last box that I had picked up. And he said, yeah, they got a lot of complaints because the price is way down. So I guess it does have some, not odds as much as types of cards you can get in there. But I guess they were getting a lot of complaints over the last few years about Goodwin, and so they said they're going to make it more friendly. So maybe you'll start getting some hits and stuff. So anyways, so 2023's out, and I swear 2022 came out like just 3 or 4 months ago. So I guess that old upper deck there is trying to catch up. And funny thing is, upper deck's down there in San Diego area, Carlsbad. And if we can get this to focus here. Dagnabbit. Trying to get you to see that address on here. Hey everybody, it's my wife.
Hi everybody.
There you go, folks. She said hi to you, so I don't know if she's feeling better or not. She's up and around today, out and about a little bit. Went with me. Went to get breakfast and some coffee and all that. So anyways, probably to do a comparison, maybe a row of cards from the 2023 versus 2022. What I was trying to show you on this one here, that address right there, El Camino Real in Carlsbad, California. So we just live a little bit off of El Camino Real up here. So I guess it goes all the way down from Mexico up into California, and they have the same thing in New Mexico, the Camino Real. And so that's just funny to me. Alright folks, so let me show you some of the stuff that we got here. I wanted to show you these that I picked up at the it's the other store, that's Stevens Creek Sports Cards and South Bay Sports Cards in Sunnyvale and San Jose. They have that third shop up in the peninsula, which is about 20-25 miles up the road here on El Camino Real, up in Burlingame. And so they have a third store up there, and they do have some different stuff. I picked up some Japanese unopened cards like Calbies and super cool stuff, and I'd seen this sitting in that same glass case that they had. And I guess this is a join Mickey's team about getting on the list for doing organ and donation, organ donors, basically. You know, old Mickey Mantle had liver disease, which is ultimately what killed him, trying to get that liver, but a lot of controversy about that back in the day because he was a celebrity and people felt that he was going to jump the list and get in there before some other person who's been needing it for a long time, but then he ended up dying. So this is a little join Mickey's team. These were probably given out for free, but they were selling them, I don't know, like $1 a piece or something. And so I got 2 of them. So I'll do the back. I'll just show you the front real quick. And as you can see there, it's perforated, so you can spin that card out if you like. I'll leave one side back if you want to read that. And then here it talks about Mickey Mantle. So I guess he was able to get part of a liver, and that was probably the controversy. Well, I'm not going to read that. You guys can pause it and read it if you like. And then it comes with this card. It's a pretty cool image. Sounds like somebody's screaming upstairs, or a cat screaming or something. Anyway, so there's his little statistics for getting a organ donation, 1995. Don't believe he lived much longer after this. Let's see what it says on the back. It's more like a sign up to donate kind of thing. Look at that, supposedly official right there. So be careful what you sign up for if you're not interested in doing that. My mom did something like this. Alright, anyhow, so this appears to have come out obviously back around then, 95-ish. But nevertheless, picked up 2 of those. It's a pretty cool looking card there. I guess I should have went and found the other card. So if you know anything about the Lou Gehrig's disease foundation, the ALS Foundation, for a long time they've been doing cards of Lou Gehrig, and they're usually different foundations around the country. So there's got to be hundreds of variations of those cards, and they've had different ones. I've gotten multiple of the red ones with Lou Gehrig on the front. It's just a card, and it kind of talks about the ALS Society, and but they have like different chapters, let's say. So plenty of variations. They used to just have them a little thing along the wall when you came in the door at the card shop. You pick one up or pick a couple up. The guy would usually let you grab some. Then they had them over multiple years. So I do have a couple different ones from different years, from the New Mexico or Albuquerque one, and I've seen other ones on from different chapters around the country. So that's what this card reminds me of, but that's buried in my oddball box somewhere. So, but I can't find a date on here other than what it says on the front. So anyways, thought I'd show you guys that for your Mickey Mantle to get you started. And like I said, these cards that I'm showing you now, I believe I did on a video that I lost trying to transfer stuff over to my external hard drive that didn't work out. So I got these Zellers, and these are cards teaching kids or people how to throw a pitch or field a ball or bat or something like that, for out of Canada. Got these at an antique shop over there in Niles, California, which is part of Fremont, just up the road, in one of these antique stores. This was in one of those glass cases. So I picked them up, And I wrote with this pencil on here. No big deal. It's not like this is probably really expensive set or anything, but there's Steve Rogers. And you can see it's in French and English, so that's the giveaway that it's from Canada. And I believe these Baseball Pro Tips Zellers, so panel 2A, B, and C, and they're awful perforated, so you could tear those apart if you want. I want to say they said 1984, something like that. It's obviously not 100% sure. It's funny how you forget things. So there you go, Steve Rogers. Any of you Expos fans out there? And here's a probably, if he's not in already, I can't remember, or will be, maybe as a manager. I think he managed the Albuquerque Isotopes for a while there. Terry Franconia, wasn't he the A's manager? I think he was the A's manager the Angels, sorry, when we went down there in 2016 and got to see them. So anyways, he's teaching you how to contact hit. So the Zellers, y'all can read that. Alright, keep these in the order that I have them in. And then, not Walter Cronkite, but Warren Cromartie. And this is fielding at first base. Panel 7. Got bins up in there in that middle card, but that's okay. It's got a lot of patina on the back of those cards, and got a bend here. But so there's enough time for y'all to read that. Pause. And since you're pausing and doing stuff, and my wife's here and she's going to ask you along with me, go ahead and hit a subscribe for me.
Smash that like button and make some comments down below.
Yep, I want the subscribe and the comments. I want to see people comment and see what they think. Hey, I can't tell you what to do, but my wife can. She tells me what to do all the time. So isn't it just natural, right? I kid. Meh. Alright, so now it'd be nice if you guys did subscribe, keep track of my videos, maybe leave some comments. That's what I'm looking for. Have some discussions with people about this. So these are given signals from the coach, Billy DeMars. Not trying to monetize people, just wanting to interact with baseball card collectors, because don't really know any over here, any ones that I'm vaguely friends or acquaintances with, other than the people at the card shop. And they're always trying to sell you something. So alright, so 2 more to go. Another Terry Franconia. This is for the outfield throws. So I guess they just had whoever it was at practice that day. Hey, we're going to do some cards teaching people how to play. So I don't know if this is like a convenience store, like a 7-Eleven or a gas station up there in Canada. Guess I could have done some more research, but I just decided to show you guys these cards because I didn't really have anything yesterday to show you. I don't got the mail today. It looks like we got the mail and there's nothing there. So like I said, don't think I'll be getting any eBays till next week at the earliest. So since we didn't get anything today, we're definitely not going to get anything till Tuesday because holiday on Monday, but that's okay. Hey man, we get off on Monday. Alright, Billy Golkison. So I just grabbed these because they were oddball. And I like oddball, and I've never seen these before, so yeah, for like $4 to get all these, I was like, yep. It's just trying to get a different kind of oddball that I've never seen or had before. Especially, I like pre-war and I don't mind vintage, but I tend to get more of the junky oddball stuff from the time that I've been alive. So, you know, and it's a lot cheaper to do that than trying to go after caramel cards and T206s and Cracker Jack and all that. Not that I don't want those cards. It's just, dude, there's so much stuff out there from the 80s and 70s and 90s and early 2000s that, you know, keep your eyes peeled. You can find a lot of different stuff, and it's kind of fun to hunt. Now, of course, you could just go and find out everything that was ever done and order it on eBay, but that's not as much fun, I don't think. It's nice to come across new things that you've never seen in the wild. Antique stores, card shops, card shows, garage sales, whatever, flea markets. And yeah, I always have fun coming across something different like this. And don't need the whole set, just want a few examples. And obviously with the expos, I was like, oh, maybe there's a Dawson, but not in this set of them. Alright, so we got that, and we're 16 minutes in. Video number 1. Like I said, I do believe I did a video on this stuff before, especially when these came in the mail, but I don't see it anywhere. It doesn't look like I have it on any of my videos. Maybe it is, and I just didn't tag them. You know, for like the first month and a half, I didn't really tag anything. So, it may be buried in one of my 1-hour videos or something like that, but I might have probably lost the video. But nevertheless, nobody's really watching any of those, so I could show you these again and it'll be like brand new to you. So the reason I went after these is because, and same thing up in Niles, California, they had some of these loose, like a little stack, maybe like 5 or 6 of these stacked. And I went through them and I was like, oh, I've never had any of these. But then they had some unopened packs and I bought all those, opened them, and was not able to get the Andre Dawson. So I ended up ordering the Andre Dawson off the eBay and got that card in. But we'll show you that at the end there. So I'm just gonna give you an idea what we got here. So I'll just show you a few until we get to some Hall of Famers. So these are the scratch off game. So this is like 81 tops, I believe. And maybe it is on one of my, because I have a feeling that yeah, 81 tops. Feeling that I have watched it in the past, because in reality, this little dotted line and this perforation, that is the card. So they're about the size of the Cracker Jack cards that came out in the 90s. Maybe just a tad bit taller. But most people, and they're perforated, so you pull this whole thing off. So it's kind of like the kind of scratch off lottery tickets that you can get back in the early 80s, like at bingo halls and stuff like that. But this is more like a little game board, baseball hat offer, and then tells you about the scratch off. So if you want to read that, I think they're all the same. There you go, you can read that. And anyway, so there's just like those, so as you can see here, it's like card 7 of 108. So there's 108. But you see it's card 7, card 25, card 42. So there's like no rhyme or reason to some of these. Just like those Kraft macaroni and cheese boxes. Some of those were like this. This is what I was talking about. They could be like 7, 26, and 43. So on those Kraft, they could be 7 and 30, 8 and 12. You know, so I got the ones that were sequentially numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 48. So they do talk. Some people obviously know about these, and oh, you know, I was talking to the guy at the local card shop that I need the Andre Dawson. Oh, which variation do you want? And I was like, I really don't care. But then when I was searching on eBay, I was like, well, I want the one that has the best other player that's available with him, and the one that's in the middle card. Just just so it has more likelihood of being in better shape. But the people that get these graded, you usually get the whole thing graded, not just this little cutout. But technically, if you were to cut that out, that would be the card. This is just bonus stuff. But people do get those graded. Alright, so there's that one. So we'll probably go through these a little quicker. There you go, Ted Simmons. I believe he's a Hall of Famer. So, I'll show you the back there. There's Carew, they're all basically the same. Alright. If anyone wants to see any more of these, you know, like if you're like, hey, I'm a big Steve Rogers fan, can you show me the back of that card? In the future, I could always do that. Pull them out, show you what they show on the back. There you go, Mr. Mike Schmidt. Top card, so more likely to get damage on the corner as opposed to that center card. But that one's a really nice shape, the whole thing, because there's not really any scratches missing off those scratch offs. But if you did have them scratched off, like I said, well, that's the card. Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt. Alright, a lot of Mike Schmidt fans out there. You can get on your stand on your head and take a look at that card. But so obviously opened the second pack, got 2 Mike Schmidt, so that doesn't hurt. Alright, Mr. Johnny Bench, Jose Cruz and Ken Reeds. And I think the blue, the red ones are the American League. There you go, Mr. Jim Palmer down there, Hall of Famer. So the red cards are American League, and the blue cards would be the green cards are the National League. So that's one way of telling. Hall of Famer Alan Trammell and superstar Cecil Cooper up there. Rick Manning, I've heard that name. There you go, Keith Hernandez. We got a young Keith look there. Dave Collins and Jerry Ruiz. Another Hall of Famer. So there are a lot of Hall of Famers in this. Only 108 card set. So you're going to get a lot of the superstars. Eddie Murray, and you would get these in wax packs. So just another different set of Topps cards they were trying to sell in wax packs. In the 81, Mr. Eddie Murray there. Guess Eddie deserves a little time in the limelight there. Number 9 of 108. Another Hall of Famer. Got a lot of American League ones. Robin Yount, Al Bumpry, and Frank White. Reggie Jackson, Strikeout King, Dave Rivering, and Dan Meyer. Alright, Ken Singleton, Hall of Famer Paul Molitor, and Mike Norris, ×2. Rod Carew, Willie Randolph, and Ed Farmer. And just to show you one of the differences, there's Rod Carew, Rick Cerrone, and Toby Era. So as you can see, they come in different panels, and some people like to put together master set where it's all the different kind of panels that you can get, or if you're Rod Carew super collector, you want to get all the panels. The different options are available. For me, I just wanted to have an Andre Dawson. That was good enough for me. Maybe someday when I run out of other cards to get, then maybe I'll be like, I can pick up some of the variations. But that's not so important to me. I just want the card of my favorite player. This is Cooper and Ricky Henderson again. Apparently I didn't collate all these cards. There you go, Keith Hernandez, Dave Collins, Jerry Ruiz again. So there's a green, so the National League. There we go, Petey Rose, Mr. Pete Rose, Ellis Valentine, and Jerry Mumphrey. Wow, he used to be on the Cubbies. I'll show you the Pete Rose back if you like. 62 of 108 with the rules, the scoreboard, and this one you can get a ball indicator instead of a hat. Alright, Mr. Dave Kingman, other strikeout king, literally kingman of striking out and hitting super bombs. Gene Richards was a popular guy back in the day. Jim Bibby. Back to the American League, Al Oliver, Tom Pasarick, and Ken Landreau. Hey, my New Mexico Lobos played today on CBS national television. I think it started at like 10 o'clock this morning, but I don't pick up CBS in this house just off the antenna. But when I went to pick up the Jeep, put it on the station, and we were beating San Diego State, who's number 19. We're up by like 5 points. And then when I was at the Mojo Break Shop, we put it on their TV, and it was already over. Looked it up, we beat number 19 by 18 points. So we stuck it to San Diego State. That's always great. One of our new big rivals. San Diego State used to always stink, like in the 80s and stuff like that. They were just like the worst team in the league. They were like they were like the San Jose State of the WAC back in the day. But now everyone thinks they're hot stuff. So I stick it to them. Nothing against you San Diego State fans. Beautiful city. But I love my Lobos. So I think we're 14-3 right now. We had 11 game winning streak, but then they lost 2 out of 3 last week, but then they're back on track. We lost to Colorado State when they were ranked. Then we beat Wyoming, and then we lost at UNLV. But we bounced back with a win against ranked San Diego State. There you go, Bill Buckner as a Cub. And quite bushy-haired all around. His whole head is full of bushy hair. So good job, Lobos. Dale Murphy, Vida Blue, Larry Parrish. Alright, here you go. Dusty Baker, Larry Parrish again, Steve Rogers. Joe Chambrano, Mickey Rivers, Steve Stone. There you go, Cubby fans. Back in the day, we'll know about old Steve Stone. Guess you White Sox fans know about him now. I guess there's a few of them out there. Never mind. Tony Aramis, Carney Lansford, and Royce Melly. Rob Horner, Warren, Jerry Mumphrey again. Been Oving. Well, you guys can read them. I'll just read the ones that have Hall of Famers like Johnny Bench there. Gary Templeton was popular. New politician Steve Garvey. Good luck, Steve Garvey. Keith Hernandez again. Gene Richards, Steve Carlton. There you go. Hall of Famer Steve Carlton. Alright, 29 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up here. I still got about 7 or 8 more. Champ Summers, Tony Armas, and Damasio Garcia. Alright, here you go, Hall of Famer. Jim Rice, Mickey Rivers, and Steve Stone. Rod Carew again. Willie Randolph. Reggie Jackson, little ding over there on the side. And Ricky Henderson, so that's a good panel to have. A little bit of scratching rubbed off there, probably in the pack. But still, good card. Jim Rice with Jim Palmer. There's a nice one. So I think you can send the whole panel in to get graded from your grading companies, but I don't do grading because it's degrading for me. Just not a grading fan. Never did good in grading in school, so I don't need my cards graded. It kind of grates me. Oh boy. Sorry, people. Alright. The guy I like to call Ozard Smith. Bet you old San Diego wish they didn't get rid of Ozard. Hall of Famer. Reggie Smith, Gary Matthews, De Jesus. There's a name, George Foster. Why not twice? Gary Templeton, Ken Reitz. Alright, here's kind of a common card. Dave Kingman again. Steve Carlton. Alright, the last two before we get to the big one. Nothing much there. And yet another Rod Carew and Paul Molitor, so that's a pretty good panel right there. Two Hall of Famers, Paul Molitor, Rod Carew. I don't know if I've ever seen one with three Hall of Famers on it, but that's pretty good. And then the card that I had to order off of eBay, and it's a mighty fine card. At least the Andre Dawson's mighty fine. That's the Johnny Bench, Andre Dawson, and Omar Moreno. So I had a choice like three different Andre Dawson panels, and obviously Johnny Bench was the best one that he was on there with. I think he was on another one with a superstar, like maybe like a Keith Hernandez or somebody like that. But I'm like, no, I'm going to get two Hall of Famers. Of course, you have to choose. And my boy Dawson's in the middle, so the card's more protected from bins and corner issues. But yeah, I'm going to have to get this top loaded, one of my big top loaders. Just thought of that. Alright, so there you go, folks. There's some of my oddball stuff. And I guess technically those aren't oddballs. Those ones right there, those are main set. I think the only thing with this Dawson, it does have some wax staining on there, but I'm fine with that because I'm not going to get that graded. I just love the card. Maybe need to order one that somebody broke apart, or just give in and break that apart because these aren't super rare by any means. So I could put one in my binder. But there you go, oddball Mickey Mantle stuff. If you guys have never seen that, well, Peninsula Sports Cards in Burlingame, California. I believe they have a stack of these for $1 or $5 or something like that. So if you're a Mickey Mantle collector and you don't care whether it's playing days or after, and you need this card, maybe you can give me a call or look that card up on eBay or something. The internet, you can find this stuff easy enough with their phone number. I think it's on one of those business cards I showed you at the LCS walkthrough. So like Stevens Creek or South Bay Sports Cards has a phone number on there if you want to look at my videos. Otherwise you could just Google them and dude probably be like, oh yeah, well, pay with a credit card and I'll send it to you or something like that. Or just get them off eBay, but I think I want to say it was like $4 to $5. Or maybe I got two for $5. I don't know. But it's cool. He does have a bunch of unopened packs of Calbee Japanese cards. I can't understand anything it says on the card, and they have two different sizes. And I believe those are the potato chip oddball cards from Japan in the 90s or 80s. And those are super cool. I love getting cards from other countries, other leagues. So, yeah, that's not me. I'm not. Yeah, no. but squeamish about that kind of stuff. But anyways, Mickey Mantle, some Zellers, and my PC boy Andre Dawson. So there you go, folks. Rob at Old Style Classic Baseball Cards going to wrap this episode up, and then we'll come back in a little while and do some Goodwin Champions head to head. All right, thanks for watching. Leave a comment and subscribe if you like.